Good evening. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. This is Larry Rodarte, and I'm here live on Mi Gente on Air in downtown San Antonio, Texas. Here on the Riverwalk, bringing you the show Mi Gente on Air, and so thankful to be here on this beautiful sunny day. It's gorgeous out here. It's about 78 degrees, I think. It's a little bit warm, but it's perfect for me. But we're going to bring you a very special show today here because one of my all-time favorite artists, who I've loved her since day one, since I seen her on the TTMAs in 1994 with the song Luna Llena she performed and started her career. It's been over 30 years, and Elida Reina is going to into retirement from touring and concerts. And so I'm here in San Antonio to cover that event. To me, it's a historic day in the Tejano world because she has given so much to our community in song and music, and as well as her band Evante. And so we're going to do this live from San Antonio here. I'm so excited, like I said, because she's got quite a lineup on the performance tonight as well. The concert is going to be starting, and it's just a wonderful feeling to be able to be here with Elida on her last show and concert. So let's go into the show. Thank you for joining me here on Mi Gente on Air.
Welcome to Mi Gente on Air on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Now, here is your host, Larry Rodarte.
Luna llena, no me puedes decir si por algo puedes ver a mi amor. Quiero saber si como
Good afternoon. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I am your host, Larry Rodarte, and you're hearing the beautiful sound of Elida Reina from 1994, Luna Llena. She is one of the premier superstars in the Tejano genre, and I'm here in San Antonio live. First time we do a live show with Mi Gente on Air, but I'm here to cover her final performance at the Majestic Theater here in San Antonio tonight. And so I'm so excited to be able to be here. I don't have a special guest or anything tonight, it's just me. But I wanted to bring this to Mi Gente on Air, to the listeners, to those who know of her as well as those who may not, because she is the premier Tejano singer who has brought so much of her gift to our community through the years. There have been so many hits. Luna Llena started in a fabulous career that has expanded for over 30 years, I think 34 years to be exact. But she's going to be giving her final performance tonight in concerts and in tours because she's going into retirement. Doesn't mean she's not going to record anymore. It just means that she's given up that life of constant touring and bringing out music on a yearly basis. But she has said that she wants to sing for the Lord. She has given her life to Jesus Christ, and she's going to be singing and hopefully maybe a religious album, not religious, Christian album, I should say, singing for Jesus Christ. And so that's a beautiful thing after such an illustrious career that she has had. There are very few people in the world who have these types of careers. And Elida Reina, she is one of them. And she's here in San Antonio today. She's wrapping it up in terms of her career. In San Antonio, she's done 18 shows this year in her final tour. She was in the Valley because that's where she has grown up in, down in Hamburg, Texas, and she did a concert there as well as in Monterrey, Mexico. And she said she wanted the last show to be in San Antonio where it all started. So I'm here in beautiful San Antonio on the Riverwalk, and it is just gorgeous. And I want to shout out to the Unión Cívica Mexicana, the girls today. We're making tamales over there at the Civica Hall, the historic hall, because we've got the upcoming tamale taste off happening on December 21st. And so they were there. I was here. I prepped the masa and the meat before I left. I left right after the snowstorm that hit on, I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't even remember now. So much has happened since then. But I was able to get out of Detroit Metro, and I'm here in San Antonio, and I'm so excited because this is going to be a great show tonight. And I'm here on the Riverwalk, like I said, and one of the beautiful things is these beautiful tour boats that are coming past on the river here. It's like a mini Venice out here, and I really appreciate the time that I'm here because I don't get to San Antonio that often, but my heart's here. You know, I've got family here. I had a beautiful aunt that moved here in 1982. She left Saginaw, Michigan, and she brought her family here, and she's been here ever since. And just Texas is where my father was from, Valeriano Rodarte, and so I've got roots here as well. And I love going to Europe. I love going to Italy, but there's something special about always coming to Texas. And so I think many of us back home will agree to that. But let's talk Elida Ivante. That was her band, Ivante. And she really busted into the Tejano music scene during the heyday of Tejano. I'm talking like 1992 to 1997 when there were record labels that were signing these young artists like Michael Salgado, Bobby Polido, Stephanie Montiel. They were, being signed by these record labels, and they were at the forefront of Tejano music in the heyday. Unfortunately, we lost Selena in 1995, but she really kicked down some doors and opened the doors for the genre, not only the Tejano music, but Latin music, I think, in general. And, Selena loved San Antonio as well. She took those famous pictures that you've seen in the movie as well on the Arch Bridge, which isn't too far from me, actually, right here down the river walk. But, Elida and Ivante started, and man, she busted out with two big hits, Luna Llena and Llegaste, and she just, had a beautiful presence, charisma that went along with the singing, beautiful hair, and just looked really great on stage. And at the Texas Talent Music Association Awards in 1994, she busted onto the scene with Una Llena and gave an amazing performance that she says to this day, I heard her on an interview just recently, that it is one of the most memorable experiences of her career. And it started with a bang right at the very first one. And so many hits that we have had, through the years. And I know that, you could just hear them and that's Elida. And she has been really talented in the fact that she also wrote many of her hits. And was produced by her husband, Lalo Reina, as well. She was Elida Reina, and she married Lalo Reina, so she kept her name. And when I interviewed her before, I've interviewed her a few times, she mentions Michigan because she remembers as a young girl, she was the only child from her mother and father, and she remembers as a young girl them taking her up to Traverse City, Michigan to pick cherries, and she was part of the migrant crops. A migration that came to Michigan from Texas in those days. And so she has very fond memories of Michigan. And when we brought her to the Saginaw region, she always mentions that to me, and that she has, her mother was wishing that she could go with her on concert to Michigan because she also had fond memories of Michigan as well. And so, here I am in December 12th. It's also the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and it was really beautiful here in San Antonio. Man, they really do it up here in the church, San Fernando, and I think the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe here in San Antonio. Stephanie Montiel sang there last night, and it's just really beautiful to be in a place at this time in our history where the Mexican culture is so prevalent. It is so prevalent and so beautiful here. And here on December 12th, it's really nice because everywhere throughout, anywhere there is a large congregation of Mexicanos, you're going to see a celebration to Our Lady of Guadalupe. From Mexico City to Detroit, Michigan, to Saginaw with the Novena, as well as Los Angeles. There's been some really beautiful celebrations for Our Lady of Guadalupe. So I just wanted to mention that here. We're on the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, but we're here celebrating Elida Reina in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm really fortunate to be here in the midst of Saginaw's winter storm and the cold weather. It's a beautiful day here in San Antonio. So I wanted to mention as well that how many of you remember Elida Reina when she came to Saginaw? I know of at least three visits. Back in 1996, I want to say, she came to the Q Club. Lupe and Reina Rosas brought her to the Q Club, which was on Hamilton Street in Old Town Saginaw. It was a beautiful, memorable concert. I remember, and Mi Gente was there to cover it. We had just started the magazine, and was so excited to put her on the cover, Elisa Reina. And she was very young at the time, and she gave an outstanding performance, of course. How many of you actually remember that? And I know Toyo Rosas remembers that, and he's always really appreciated her music as well. And I remember in 2010 as well, we brought her, the Unión Cívica Mexicana, to the New Year's dance at the Dow Event Center. I think it was the Dow Event Center then, or it may have been still called the Civic Center. I'm not sure. But Elida Reina came to the snow, and she performed for New Year's, and we had a grand celebration at the Dow Event Center. It was really wonderful, and we got great pictures of that. Her hair was short, I remember, and when she sang "Duele," she got out there on the Dow Event Center stage, and she had the whole crowd singing along with her and moving because the song was relatively new at that time, and it was probably her biggest hit through the years. "Duele." How many remember that one? If you ever want like a mariachi style, a belter singing, look up Duele on YouTube, and you'll see Elida Reina and Ivante. She gave a beautiful performance and video. So that was in 2010, believe it or not, 15 years ago. And then last year in 2024, La Unión Cívica Mexicana brought her to the 45th annual Cinco de Mayo in downtown Saginaw at the Jolt Credit Union Event Park. And what a performance that was! It was beautiful. Um, we were able to bring her, not knowing that her last year touring was going to be in 2025. So I'm so glad that we got to see her. She gave a great performance. And I'm not sure if my producer there in Saginaw was able to play the video of some of that performance because it was really memorable at the Dow, at the Dow Event Center, but the Jolt. So there is Elida at the 45th annual Cinco de Mayo in downtown Saginaw. And, you know, it was so memorable. She gave such a great performance, was very outgoing and very to the crowd, as well as just, genuine attitude. One of the best that I have worked with as a promoter for Tejano artists. She just really wears her heart on her sleeve, and she just got a great personality, and she just went with the flow with everything, and it was really easy to work with her. And uh, she also that night, which was in May of 2024, she performed at the Vault. Toyo Rosas brought her to the Vault after our concert at the Joe Credit Union Event Park, and oh man, that was fun. That was so much fun to be able to have her in concert at the Vault stage, because it's a beautiful stage. And I remember her musicians even said that that was really a nice setup, how they have it at the Vault with the lights and the sound. And Elida and the band gave a great performance. Adicta, I remember that song. I remember dancing and filming that, and just the excitement of having her in Saginaw was wonderful. And I have loved Tejano music for over 30 years, of course. And I've brought many to the area with the help of the Unión Cívica Mexicana. And I just want to say that it's a tough business for women. It really has been. And um, Elida Reina has really succeeded in her endeavor of her dream that she says that her father really believed in, really pushed her. And it's a tough business for any woman. um, and Selena did a wonderful job while she was with us. There's been some great artists, Shelly Lares, Stephanie Montil, and Elida Reina, have been at the top, and she gives a lot of credit to one of the originals, which was Laura Canales as well, and gives credit and kudos to her as being a major influence to her. And I saw her on the Bumper Gomez Wacky Wednesday show the other night, and she was wearing a fur that Laura Canales had given her, and she was giving credit to Laura as well. So, hats off to Elida Reina for being a woman artist in a dominant male world in the music industry and Tejano music, and she's done very well. She's done very well, and has brought us so much good music. And I wanted Matt to show as well some pictures that I sent from the Cinco de Mayo and that performance at the Vault, as well as on the stage at the Joe Credit Union Event Park. So Matt, I don't know if you could show those pictures. It's wonderful that we're able to do this live show, and I had contacted and emailed. That's their me in Bay City, Michigan, with Elida when she arrived, and we did some great T-shirts with her for her upcoming concert in Saginaw, and she was just so down to earth. The band's in the back there, Ivante, and she was just a beautiful personality to sit down and meet. And there's some of the fans that were at the Vault that were enjoying her concert as well. And I think people who got to hear her, there's Gel Vasquez and Val Blanco. They love her. They just simply love her as an artist. She just really is someone that, like I say, is down to earth. So thank you, Elida, for being so good to Saginaw. We've had a wonderful time whenever you've been here in concert. Well, I should say in Saginaw, I'm in San Antonio, but I know that Texas loves her too. And you're hearing, there was a montage of videos of artists who send congratulations, from Bobby Polido to Jay Perez, and Shelly Lares. It's just been heartwarming to see that she's so beloved in the community. And I know a lot of people are going to miss her yearly songs and videos, as well as her touring in the concert. But like I said, she found a new calling in her life. She said that although she loves touring so much, and the connection that she would have with many of her fans on from stage, it didn't bring her the happiness that she thought it would. And she really found Jesus Christ in that, and that's where she sees her future, her happiness, and spending time with her grandchildren. And so, like anybody else, to fulfill themselves and to be happy, Jesus Christ is usually the way. And so it's beautiful to see that she's doing this on her terms, and that she is going to still give us music, maybe in the Christian format. And I'm sure she'll be asked to perform maybe on special occasions and all. But I think that for the most part, she's going to, retire and live a more simpler life down there in the valley with her husband and her children and her grandchildren. And she is going to still be so missed in a time when she is still with us. That's a beautiful thing, I would say. And tonight, here at the Majestic Theater in downtown San Antonio, she's giving her final performance. And what's really neat is that she's got some friends who are going to be there in the show with her. She's got Michael Salgado coming. Believe it or not, they did a great duet together. And she also has Jesse Turner from Signo, who's going to be singing juntos with her on the stage. She has Lucky Joe, who's going to be there, who has written some songs with her. And she's also got the great, incomparable Elsa Garcia. They'll probably sing Yatevi, maybe, hopefully. But wow, Elsa Garcia, also somebody that who was a mentor to Elida, as Elsa's been in the game a lot longer. But they're great friends, and it's going to be a show tonight that I'm excited to see, and it's going to be quite historic in terms of the Tejano genre today. And so, I wanted to bring this to everybody back home because Texas is far away, especially at this time when we're in the midst of cold weather and the snow that we recently got. And I hear it's getting even colder, a blast this weekend. And so when I was in Italy this summer, my cousin Val Blanco and Angela Blanco, in a text that we have together, us three as cousins, she said, you should go and see Elida when they announced that she was going to have her final show on December 12th in San Antonio. And I always listen to my cousin Val and her suggestions. But yeah, so I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can get tickets. And the tickets were quite high and all. And it's been nice to be able to be invited by Freddie Records and my connections with Freddie Records into the press room tonight, where they will be giving her a proclamation. She's also got an award in honor by the state of Texas at the Capitol building, where they're flying a flag for Elida today, as well as here in San Antonio. They're going to be also flying a flag on top of the Alamo for Elida. So that just shows you the caliber of respect that she has here in Texas. And she will be getting a proclamation today as well, not too long from now, where hopefully I'll be able to cover that for everybody as well, and as well as at the concert. So I'm real excited about that. And it's wonderful to see that she is being um, honored with these different accolades here on her final day in concert on December the 12th, 2025. So I can't see the room like I typically can, and I don't know if there's any comments that are being left. But if there is, maybe my producer, Matt Lester, over there can read them out loud. If there's any questions or anybody has any comments, I'd love to see them or hear them. I can't see them, but I'm just so thankful to Matt that he is able to actually make this show work. Matt Lester, a young producer, and I got to read this. Hi, Larry J. Hello, San Antonio, and blessings to Elida. That's from Angela Blanco. She's the president of the Unión Cívica Mexicana, and so supportive in all that I do with Mi Gente and all. And Joanne Vasquez also says live by the Riverwalk. Nice. And Joanne was one of the gals that was helping make tamales today. She just loves to make tamales. Like, that is her life's goal. She wants to make tamales. So I'm so happy that she was able to help us at the Civica. Pastor Mary Garcia, she says, you are her number one fan. Yes, I am. I love Elida. I've loved her from the very beginning, from when I saw her in 1994. And then I've seen her at the TTMA Awards in 1996 as well. And she was awesome. She was just really awesome. I've got pictures of that time. This is somebody, you can hear the actual tour guide there, but we're going to go into commercial, and we'll be back here to talk more about the fabulous Elida Reina. Elida Reina, don't go nowhere. So thank you, everybody, for being in the room today with me. What's the weather like over there in Saginaw? I can only imagine. And it's pretty warm out here, actually, but it's comfortable. It's really comfortable. I've got a suit on, for tonight, and I'm here on the Riverwalk. And I know it's gray and cold over there. My producer's saying that. Snow everywhere. Uh, it's been a tough December already, but I think beautiful at the same time because, like I say, if it's going to snow, let it snow beautifully. And that's the last two snowstorms that we've gotten. I think has produced some, beautiful scenery for Saginaw. And I've kind of made some videos in regards to that with songs singing about Saginaw. And I love the four seasons. I always have, and I really appreciate the winter because then it makes you really appreciate the summer. And you know, it's kind of like a shock to my system that here we are in the midst of a cold snowstorm, and then I'm flying on a plane to beautiful San Antonio where there's no snow and it's just perfect weather. And so there's so many people out here too, just walking the river walk and enjoying this beautiful city in America. And it's here we are, December 12th, the middle of December, and it's sunny. So thank you for joining me, and I'm going to try to bring some live coverage of tonight's event to all of you as well, with Elida Reina and Ivante in concert at the Majestic Theater here in downtown San Antonio. So let's go back in the show because I got to get going. I got to run. So let's go back in the show, finish this out, and thank you so much for being with me here on Mi Gente on Air.
This is Mi Gente on Air on WSGW.
Welcome back. I'm losing my voice here, but thank you for being with me here on Mi Gente on Air as we celebrate the fabulous career of Elida Reina, a Tejano music star, superstar, I should say, in San Antonio, Texas. And to all my listeners out there, thank you for being with me, where we bring Latino concerns, culture, and contributions. And Elida Reina has really contributed to the soundtrack of our lives for many, many Mexicanos, Tejanos, Latin music lovers, and anyone else who just really has enjoyed her music through the years. I remember her song Domingo is a beautiful, beautiful song. There's so many. Adicta is wonderful. Luna Llena, of course, the classic. And she's had some really great hits in the last year or so. And so I'm here. I felt it was real important to be here. And I wanted to make sure that, I was able to cover this event live. So I asked my producers here at WSGW if we could actually do that because I wasn't going to miss this show tonight. And it fell, during the time while I would actually do my show. So I'm here and I'm just really excited to be able to witness this historic event. I think it's historic. I think many people within the genre of Tejano music will also see this as a historic night where she will have her friends there as well, performing many of the beloved Tejano artists like Lucky Joe, Michael Salgado as well, who's come to Michigan many times, as well as Jesse Turner, who we just had for Cinco de Mayo in Mount Pleasant at the Soaring Eagle Casino with Signo. And so it's going to be an emotional night, I'm sure. Jesse Turner just lost his mother and his grandmother, and it's been emotional for him as well. He did a wonderful, wonderful duet with Elida a few years back, at least 10 years now, though, Juntos, and it's so memorable, such a memorable hit. And I'm looking forward to really seeing that live because it's a rarity for them to actually perform it. Because of their busy schedules in concert. And I don't see that they have really toured together. And so there's just been some rare opportunity where they've actually sung that song together. Same thing as Michael Salgado. Now, Michael Salgado and Elida's hit was, I think, in the mid 2000s. And I did get to see them perform that live in 2009 at the Latino inaugural event in Washington, D.C. when President Obama was elected as our next president. And that was so awesome because you had so many Latino stars there. You had Shakira, and I remember Wilder Valderrama, George Lopez, War was there. There was just all kinds of Latino stars. Jennifer Lopez at Barack Obama's inaugural on, I think it was January of 2009. And I felt the closest to Elida and Michael Salgado because they were there representing Tejano. And it was really nice for them to be able to perform that duet and speak with them and take pictures afterwards. And so that was really nice. So I've seen her a few times in Washington, D.C., San Antonio, Saginaw, wherever she is. I've tried to follow her career. And I was shocked last year in October. I think it was October 24th when she said that she was ending her, after 30 years, her career. And I was like, no, not Elida. But, I understand totally why. And then she has clarified as well, saying that although she's ending the touring aspect of her career, she still will sing because that's just her life. And she's going to sing for Jesus Christ. That's the message that she wants everybody to know now. So look forward possibly for a Christian album. I heard her say that on Bumper Show this week that she will probably sing for Jesus and Christianity and for an album she would love to do. So isn't that special that we are able to witness this career change with her that is positive, that is going to allow her to be human, to be able to spend time with her grandchildren more, as well as her family. And Lalo Reina, her husband, as well, is going to be kind of semi-retiring as well because he won't have to be, promoter and scheduling her concerts with the different promoters. And so it's a big change for them and their family. And I'm sure she will mentor other singers, probably other female up-and-coming singers, because the Tejano genre lives, and here I am in the capital of the Tejano world, San Antonio, and the birds are chirping, the sun is shining, and I'm on the infamous or famous, I should say, Riverwalk here, and it's just a beautiful day here in San Antonio. So thank you everybody for being with me here, and I want to say to my non-Hispanic listeners, uh, Selena Quintanilla Perez was at the forefront in terms of um, the singer who was going to cross over into out of the Tejano genre, and she wanted to be the next Gloria Estefan, who crossed over as a Cuban artist in the early '80s and on. Selena had beautiful music that was being produced out of Corpus Christi. Um, and she did a wonderful job, and unfortunately her life was cut short in 1995. Elida Reina was starting her career at that time, and she has really run with the idea of being a female Tejano artist and has brought forth some wonderful music. Uh, Her heart is in the valley. She was born here in San Antonio, but she was raised in Edinburgh, Texas, in the valley, and so her heart is there. And like I said earlier, she was part of the migrant trail with her parents when she was very young, when she came to Michigan to Traverse City to pick cherries. And so this woman, Ailida Reina, is a prime example of an immigrant, a migrant, family that has contributed immensely to the musical world and has made many people happy with her music, from dancing or the women who have touched, uh, they're touched by the song Duele, and they lift their glasses up of tequila and they sing with their hearts because Alida produced this song, about heartbreak that is really her biggest song, and I believe it was in 1999. And so she really has meant a lot to Mexicanos, Tejanos everywhere throughout the nation, and especially here in the state of Texas, of course. But we in Michigan, those of us who come from migrant families, immigrant families, we've enjoyed her music and the Tejano music that has come from the capital of San Antonio. And again, I just want to, at a time when immigrants and migrants are vilified by this current administration, I have to say that I totally believe opposite. And I am born and raised in Saginaw. I'm American as anyone else, and I firmly believe that immigrants and migrants give so much to our beautiful country, and so much of the hate that we have seen and the actions of ICE that is happening around our country is simply because of racism. And I believe that that's what has happened in our country in 2025, where you see people who are happy when children are taken away from their families, or people are deported and their families don't even know. I mean, my God, the last century we've been fighting that fight. I don't want to get too political here because this is a show dedicated to Elida Reina, but that has to be said because Mexicanos, Tejanos, Mexican Americans, Latinos, we have contributed immensely to this country, this great country, and I'm very proud to be an American. And I love the city of San Antonio. You know, this is one of the great cities in America. If you haven't been here, you've got to come. And this is a special time in December as they celebrate Christmas, as well as the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, where the city is lit up at night with all kinds of Christmas lights and beautiful tributes to Our Lady of Guadalupe. And today, they're flying the flag at the Alamo, as well as in the Capitol building in Texas for Elida Reina as she retires and ends her career, her touring career here in Texas. She has meant so much, and she will be receiving a proclamation as well at the event tonight here at the Majestic Theater, and I'm just so excited to be able to take part of that and represent Saginaw. And so, wish me luck and all. And if anybody's got any questions or want to make a comment, my producer Matt Lester's out there, and he can send them to me, and I can see them on the screen. I just got to put on my glasses and be able to read them because the text is just so small. And Val Blanco says, "Oh, now you want to listen to me?" Shake my head, LOL. Yes, Val, I was listening to you. Believe it or not, because you know how it's always been with me, gente. And my first artist that I actually interviewed was Ricardo Castellon from Diferencia in 1995. He was the first celebrity I would say that I interviewed in these last 30 years, and he was really hitting with La Diferencia and all the hits back then, and I was so excited. And he was coming to Saginaw as well, and so I've been really fortunate. Been able to interview some big celebrities, and just been able to really try to produce and showcase our Mexican culture, our Tejano culture here in with Mi Gente, the magazine, as well as Mi Gente on air. I'm celebrating 30 years with Mi Gente magazine. That time went so fast, and there was a lot of work involved with that. And here we're celebrating 5 years with Mi Gente on air on WSGW. So I hope that all are appreciative of the work that I have done, and I'm always there for our people. And so let it not come to anyone's surprise that I'm also, fighting for immigrants and migrants at this time in our history as Americans, because I have seen it firsthand, experience firsthand what they have vilified for migrants and immigrants by being involved with my food truck, me, Mr. Patito Man. You'd be surprised at some of the comments that I would hear and actions that were taken by some people. But again, I don't want to get political. I'm here to celebrate Elida Reina and Ivante as she celebrates her final performance here at the Majestic Theater in downtown San Antonio. So, Matt, if you're listening, if you could play a little bit of Luna Llena as we go out of the show tonight, because I want people to remember that great song and that great performance that she gave so many years ago. And I remember in 2010 at the Dow Event Center when she sang for us for New Year's. We brought in New Year's with Elida Reina, and there were so many good pictures. I think I'm going to post them this week. So many good pictures from that event 15 years ago. But I remember her just being a performer that really gave her all, through the years. She's got kind of a raspy, husky voice, and I'm sure that it gets more raspy as she sings throughout a night. but man, she really, gave it her all. Uh, really gave it her all to sing and perform for people for so many years. Can you imagine performing at that level for over 30 years? And it really was something that she enjoyed and loved. And it's Nancy Rodriguez says, "What a time to be there to celebrate." Yeah, while everybody's out in the snow there. But Elida's voice has been very unique. Um, she sings with her heart, and you can hear it in her voice when she has that raspy sound, and definitely hear it with the song "Duele." Uh, Llegaste was a beautiful song as well. There are so many, and I can't remember them all because I'm not that good in my Spanish. But I always can. Uh, I always know when it's a Elida song when I hear it, and I'll be playing some throughout the week as I post as well because I am so thankful. I'm so thankful for the career that she has given us. And there are some really top-notch artists in the Tejano genre, um, and Stephanie Montiel, Bobby Polido, Michael Salgado, Jay Perez. I mean, there are just so many. AJ Castillo, who was just with us at the Cinco de Mayo this year, and it's unique. It's a unique, and I think that these artists for the last 30 years, many of them are retiring or in their 30th year, like Michael and Bobby as well. They have influenced many of our Midwest musicals, the musicians that play, each week in Michigan, uh, whether it is Champ Garcia or Frankie Rodriguez and their bands Desastres and Conjunto Champs, or whether it is Deseo, Mark Najar out in Toledo, or Tommy Salazar out in Pontiac. These artists have been influenced, I think, by so many coming down from Texas, as well as they come from musical families like the Garcias, Joe Garcia, and all. And so, it's a really a unique and beautiful thing that we, as Midwest Tejanos, our parents came from Texas. Many of us that are in Saginaw, it's very unique to be able to experience the music at this level from these artists as well as from our local musicians. And unfortunately, we were not able to celebrate our 80th anniversary of the Unión Cívica Mexicana because of a snowstorm last on December, early December. But it still was very special idea to want to celebrate that 80th anniversary because we have had contributions in the Saginaw region as Mexicanos and have been there for since 1919. I think was the first uh, Mexicanos Mexicans that had come to the Saginaw region. So we're here, we're contributing, we're not going anywhere, and we've got some beautiful music, beautiful cuisine, beautiful Mexican restaurants that many people like, and it's all positive. It's all positive, and to be able to be here in San Antonio for me is very special at this time. I feel like I needed this time because I see the ice raids going on throughout the country. Some of them that have been unjust, I feel. Some Americans, U.S. citizens being arrested and detained, which I think is totally wrong and unjust, and they're not given due process. And so, I am needing this trip to San Antonio. It's just so beautiful, where the Mexican culture is very prevalent and beautiful. And so I'm here tonight, and I'm bringing you live from San Antonio, Mi Gente on air, because I'm going to celebrate Elida Reina tonight in a big way, and celebrate this illustrious career that she has had, as well as Evante. I've got to know some of the band members, uh, Jacob, and of course her husband Lalo, and it's just been a wonderful, wonderful experience to listen to her music and to just really be proud of her as a fellow Mexicano. Uh, so thank everybody. She does one of my favorite songs, singing it at the vault with my amiga Berta Davila. Berta. Anybody know Berta? Well, I wanted to just, you know, say thank you to everybody because, um, my heart is here in San Antonio, like so many of you. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in today here on this special edition of Mi Gente on Air live from SA from San Antonio, Texas. See you later. See you next week. Adios. Okay, okay. All right, all right. So thank you, everybody. I just want to say, my tia Dela Chantaka, she says, hi, Larry. I'm listening. Enjoy San Antonio. It's beautiful. And it sure is, tia. And, I'm sitting here on the river walk, and I'm going to get up from where I'm sitting because I want people to see. People are walking by and probably wondering, what is this guy doing here? But I've got my phone. I'm doing this from my cell phone, believe it or not. And they're just, smiling at me as they're walking by. Angela Blanco says, thank you, Larry, for sharing this special day with us. Please give Elida a huge thank you for coming to Saginaw, not for getting us in the north. We sure did sing our hearts out with her. Give Stephanie and Gabe our love, too. Stephanie Montil, she will be performing in downtown San Antonio tomorrow night, Saturday, and I'm hoping to go and say hello to her as well. So I'm really excited about that show as well. It's been a great time to be in San Antonio with them celebrating the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, celebrating Elida Reina y Vante in this illustrious career. And it's just been, a beautiful feel-good trip that I'm on here in San Antonio. So everybody, thank you for joining me here today on Mi Gente on Air as we go live, and we'll see you next week, bringing you Latino contributions, concerns, and our beautiful culture. Adios.